Welcome to the Louisville Growth Consultation DVD. At the invitation of the UUA Growth Team, 12 UU ministers gathered in Louisville, Kentucky for a 3-day discussion on growth. The premise was simple. These ministers all have experience with congregations that have grown, some steadily, some dramatically, some experimentally, and the growth team figured it was high time, to use a technical term, to pick their brains. The results were definitively UU, thoughtful remarks, candid discussions, and insights that at times surprised everyone in the room. Many accomplished UU ministers could have been invited. Here are the 12 who made the trip. Ken Belden is minister at Wellsprings UU just outside Philadelphia. After 18 months of planning, this congregation began worship in January of 2007. As of this meeting, average Sunday attendance was over 100. In Ken's 7 years at River of Grass in Florida, membership grew from 30 to 160. Thom Belote is minister at Shawnee Mission UU Church in Overland Park, Kansas. Since he was called in 2003, membership has grown by about 50% to 300 adult members. Helen Carol has served at the UU Fellowship of San Luis Obispo County in California since 2001. Membership there is up by 30% to 240 adults. John Crestwell's ministry is at Davies Memorial UU Church in Maryland. Not only has his congregation grown by 50% in overall members, but in racial diversity as well. This church went from 8 people of color in 2001 to nearly 100 in 2006, with virtually no white flight. Kendra Ford's congregation is the First UU Society of Exeter, New Hampshire. Membership there has steadily increased since 2001, from 150 to 200. Robert Hardies is minister at All Souls Unitarian Church in Washington, D.C. Since his call in 2001, the congregation has almost doubled, from 350 to nearly 700 members. Liz Lerner serves the UU Church of Silver Spring, Maryland. Membership was in the low 200s when she was called in 2000. It's grown to 375. Peter Morales is in his second stint as minister at Jefferson Unitarian Church in Golden, Colorado. He served as the UUA's Director for District Services in between. Since 1999, membership at JUC has nearly doubled to 760. Christine Robinson has been minister at First Unitarian Church of Albuquerque, New Mexico since 1988. Since 2000, membership has grown from 500 to nearly 650, plus the church videotapes its sermons and sends them on the internet to a small satellite congregation 90 miles away. Victoria Safford began at White Bear UU Church in St. Paul, Minnesota in 1999. Membership then was 265. It's up to 620 adults. Michael Schuler has served as minister at the First Unitarian Society of Madison, Wisconsin since 1988, when membership was 500. This is now one of the movement's largest churches with more than 1,400 members. Madison also spun off the James Reeb Congregation, which has 135 members. Marilyn Sewell was called to the then 600-member First Unitarian Church of Portland, Oregon in 1992. The church is now 2.5 times larger. On a good Sunday morning, more than 1,000 adults attend worship. The 3-day growth consultation was split into 2-hour sessions, each with different questions to address. This DVD contains the highlights of those sessions and a few comments from individual interviews. The 12 guest ministers sat in the inner circle, with members of the UUA growth team in the outer circle listening. The facilitator was Reverend Alice Mann of the Alban Institute.